Hi there everyone, it's David Menon here, and today I'd like to talk to you about my novel, The English Visitor. But first, let's think about the summer that we've had here in the UK. Overall, it's not been too bad, has it? We've had some beautiful blue skies, bright sunshine, and some pretty high temperatures. But now it's getting towards the end of September, the night's drawing in, the clocks go back next month. And wouldn't you just love to get on a plane and jet off to Australia, where it's just getting into spring? Well, if it wasn't for all the travel restrictions because of COVID, you would be able to. But there is a way of getting to Australia through your imagination, and that is by reading my novel, The English Visitor. So let's talk about that and meet some of the characters in it. First of all, the main character is a guy called Peter Cross. Now, he's from Northumberland in the UK, and his father dies, and Peter is executor of his father's will. Now, while sorting out his father's affairs, he discovers a secret that puts him at odds with his two brothers, and leads to a lot of rows and a lot of traumas. So one day he decides to leave it all behind and to try and get some peace of mind. And he gets on a plane, flies to Australia, and he checks into a guest house in a very affluent town called Beachcliff, which is on Sydney's northern beaches. Now there he meets a whole host of characters who've all got a story to tell, and they've all got a secret that they're keeping for their own reasons. So let's meet some of them. First of all, there's Vicky. Now Vicky owns and runs the guest house where Peter is staying, and she runs it with her 19-year-old son Cameron. Now Vicky's problems stem from the fact that she has an abusive boyfriend called Stan, but also she's desperate for her son Cameron to be happy, much more so than a normal mother ever would for her 19-year-old son. So why is that? Then there's Julia. Julia is Vicky's best friend. Julia's a millionairess. She was an only child. She's never got married. She's lonely. And for company of an evening, she perhaps drinks one or too many glasses of red wine. Then there's Clarissa. Now Clarissa is married to a much older, very wealthy man. But what her husband doesn't know is that she likes to pay her tradies in kind, if you see what I mean. Then there's Holly. She's very downtrodden by her English husband, but Holly's written a novel and she wants to know if Peter, who is also a writer, would help her in trying to get it published. Then there's Lucia. Now Lucia is happily married, or so she thinks, to her husband Howard, but they've been desperate for children for years, and now she's having to face the fact that she's probably never going to have them. And then there's Brad. Now Brad is lead singer with Australia's biggest rock band, who are famous right around the world. They've just come off a year-long world tour, and they've gone straight into the recording studio, which is in Beachcliff, to record their next album. But all he really wants is just some time out, lying on the beach, eating, sleeping, drinking, being with his friends. But will he get it? And also, will Peter find the peace and the harmony that he needs after the traumas back home in the UK? Well, The English Visitor is available as a paperback on Amazon, and it's also available on Amazon to download as an ebook on your Kindle. And that's of course on Amazon sites all over the world. And whether you're reading it in the UK or in Australia, I hope you find it a very entertaining read. And if you wouldn't mind popping a review on Amazon of it for me, I'd be really grateful. Also, I'd also be grateful if you could click subscribe on my YouTube channel, which is David Menon Books. So take care of yourselves, and I'll be back soon with another video about another one of my novels. And in the meantime, happy reading!